I think we're done here. Hello, and welcome to my living room. I'm back. I know it's been a little time, perhaps. Let's time travel back. Today, we're going to revisit some of my favorite unboxings of different plants. What is thriving and what is perhaps no longer with us.
And find out who is right and who is dead.
We'll go from there. So grab a drink, settle in, and let's talk about some plants, shall we? You may or may not remember an unboxing that I did, Alocasia Friedek variegated, or Michaelitziana. I bought 2 little seedlings from BWH. As everybody knows, when I keep a Alocasia in just soil or a chunky aroid mix, it's kind of a disaster. And I figured that for myself. A semi-hydro system like pond, bootleg pond, leca, or just even the water with nutrients is anything's better than soil. I put one into pond and I put one into fluval stratum. And it turns out both were doing pretty well. Fluval stratum really took off. And before I went to vacation in Mexico, I transferred the fluval alocasia into leca so that my houseplant sitters would just have an easier time and they wouldn't have to do anything. I put enough water in the reservoir. The pond, however, just started to flounder just a little bit. I put it into fluval to try to save it. So I'm going to show you where we're at with both of these. Okay, so here is my fluval to leca Friday. It's not a real alocasia if one isn't sort of on the way out. But overall, I have a new guy coming in here, and I am thrilled. If you guys remember, this was a tiny little guy. And I think smaller than this. Like every leaf has turned over. We have a really good amount of roots here. Alocasia roots are never that impressive compared to, like, say, a chonky Anthurium root, but as alocasia roots go, this one is doing really well. So the nutrient mix I have this one in is just filtered water, CalMag, Super Thrive, hydrogen peroxide, and stress coat. So that is my cocktail. Here is the pond that was doing okay until it wasn't, and then into fluval. I think we're done here. This is mush. It's completely rotten. Yeah, it's dead. So, I mean, what a bang for the buck for these 2 seedlings. One is like just completely blew up and did amazing. And then this one is ready for the trash. So sad. In hindsight, I wouldn't completely abandon pond, but I feel like maybe it was a little bit too dense for those tiny little roots initially. Been having a lot of success with pond mixed with perlite and vermiculite. So I think that would have added a lot of levity and the plant maybe would have done better. So live and learn. That's why I'm making these mistakes, so you don't have to. Let's move on. It's full Halloween mode. Nothing goes better than a bunch of plants in your living room than some floating candles. Lumos. Ready for anything. Okay, so recently I got this Voldemort Pappy from Woohoo Tropicals. This is what we started with, and it has really sized up immediately. I put it in a self-watering container, but I don't actually treat it with a reservoir. I just wait for it to dry out. This is just more for aesthetics. This has been really hardy. It's not underneath the grow light. It's kind of like getting some of the grow light. This has been a real easygoing fellow. And look, we have a new customer right here. No complaints from old Voldemort here. Speaking of, did we all hear about Maggie Smith? I know a lot of us on here are avid Harry Potter fans, and I know many of you know her from that franchise, but she's actually in quite a few amazing classic Hollywood glamour movies that are a bit camp, like so much glamour: Evil Under the Sun, Death on the Nile, Chef's Kiss. So good. So if you're an old film movie buff, I would definitely check them out. Yeah, I would be remiss if I didn't think of Maggie Smith when I saw this Voldemort plant. My beloved Voldemort Anthurium. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, so much to show you. Behind me here is, you may remember from my most expensive unboxing, Queen of the Living Room, Anthurium Queen. Incredible. What a purchase. Still smells great. When you get a whiff of this, that's not good. Your roots are rotted. This is actually her, but not her. The original leaf that came on the plant kind of gradually just crisped a little bit. So I cut that part off. So she's she's half the woman she used to be. The next leaf came out and it was this guy here, which for some reason decided to shred a little bit coming out. But this one, for some reason, just unfurled beautifully and perfectly. And this happens when you buy big plants often. Like, they look great initially, but then they get into your environment and sometimes they freak out a little bit. And sometimes it takes a couple of leaves for them to find their footing and be like, this is my home now and I live here. I'm going to have to make the best of it. This is what's happened here. And we're finally in a really good place with this one. She's not even hardened off yet. Okay, so I got this Anthurium Wendlingeri from Rousseau Plantcare when it was just these tiny little guys here. And I finally got one only recently with that characteristic bumpy Wendlingeri texture, which I am absolutely crazy about. And then here's the newer leaf here. So now we're finally starting to really size up. These are a little bit pricier as far as the strap Anthurium go, but you can get your hand on one. I just cannot wait for the corkscrew inflow.
2 weeks later.
It hasn't been that long, but I just wanted to show you this has continuously been unfurling. And this was that longer one I showed you earlier, and this is the new babe. We haven't darkened, we haven't hardened off, we're still growing. I'm finally in a happy place with this plant. Do you guys remember I purchasing a Philodendron Spiritus Sancti from Aquagenera? Okay, this plant it's been a problem. Let me show you. I did the thing that you do when plants are misbehaving and you kind of put them outside in a timeout and see how they do. And that's what I did with this one so this is it in its current state. Right away when I got it, it started doing this nonsense where it had some sort of a bacterial, viral, fungal, something or other. It was spreading all over the entire plant. I had to knock that out or I was going to lose the entire plant. So what I did was give it a one-time spritz with Physand 20, which is a very powerful antimicrobial. The plant recovered. It stopped it immediately. So it was very effective. It did not skip a beat. The one thing about this plant is it is a pretty rapid grower. So the next one looked better. This was the one that came out after, which is perfect. And then this is the latest leaf here. I am not happy with the way this plant looks at all morphology-wise. It's weird. It's fat. Is this just the way this plant looks, or is it in fact a case of mistaken identity and it's not in fact a spiritus, as someone has suggested, including my coworker Garrick, who is my fellow plant collector at work. So I had since ordered a couple very small PSS, which are like typical in how a PSS is supposed to look. First of all, I will never get over the shellacked business of these tissue culture PSS. They are so pretty. We're skinny. We have little tiny ears here. We're sizing up pretty rapidly. Started at the bottom and now we're here. So pretty impressed with that. But somebody recently commented, I don't think that's a PSS. It looks more like an Atabapoense. And I agree. I don't know. I can't be 100% confident without doing a paternity test on this plant to know if it's actually a PSS or not. My Atabapoense does look more like a Spiritus Sancti, and I will show that here, which, by the way, is doing great on its moss pool. It loves it. These guys, I have 2 of them. They're doing great. They're sizing up like mad. This one is still outside being punished for acting up, but it's actually doing a little bit better. I might bring it inside at a later date. But that is the strange and sordid tale of my Spiritus Sancti. So doing well now-ish. Listen, it's not always a fairy tale ending. But you know it is kind of a fairy tale ending and doing great. Some time ago, I posted a Monstera Esqueleto. Very few roots, floundered, kind of died a little bit, turned yellow, lost its leaves. And then I got smart and I put it on a moss pole. And now, taking a cue from Sydney Plant Guy, now we look like this. Ta-da! I mean, we have really exploded here. This thing, It's like not even done unfurling, and it's got another guy here. That's my little watering thing there, and I've got it next to a stake because we're getting a little bit heavier here. But I do like the look of a clear pole. That's why it's on here. But this is so much better looking than... I hate to throw my sis under the bus again with the plant shade, but she did not put it on a moss pole. It's sort of climbing, but this is what it looks like, and it's more of a spindly looking thing. And since the plant has nothing to really grow into, it's not developing a root system like it is in here. Like look at these great little roots here. The leaf pattern is not as consistent in throwing out a bigger leaf, a healthier leaf each time. You can't get these on too early, in my opinion. I wish I had done it sooner. Now we look great. All right, come with me as I magically whisk you away into the guest room to where some of the next to be discussed plants lie. One night I had a delivery from terracotta.plantco, Selena, and her amazing plants, and I cannot wait to purchase more from her. She's the prettiest plant. This is my most beautiful Philodendron Florida Beauty. This color story on this one is going to be really cool looking. I absolutely love this thing. It's getting huge. It's getting to be a monster. I'm going to have to stack another pole on the top here. It's pretty solid in here. But, you know, like the whole Florida family, these get out of control. I have one I'm probably going to end up giving away. This is the best one, though. This has just, I mean, this is going to turn into a tree pretty soon here. And if you'd like to feel good about yourself, I had one that reverted. I just kept chopping and chopping, but this one has been a real joy. This is from my plant room glow up. This is the long, narrow papilla lamina from Rad Roots. Sizing up like a champ. We're not even done here. This is still a baby, but it's already looking really good in ambient. You can't see it here, but this is really purple. God, what? You can't see it at all, but it's purple. It just looks green. Nope, still can't tell. We've hit the end of the purple phase of this Dock Block Purple Rhododendron, and then we have this Dock Block Red open. I'm obsessed with this plant. It's so pretty. Nice plants, good pots. Give them a follow. Easily one of my favorite sellers. All right, that's enough of the guest room. Let's get out. Thank you so much for taking a walk down memory lane with me with these plants. That is it for now for our Where Are They Now edition. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any big leaf energy, planty fun. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Cheers.